sentencing. The police officer in Cincinnati, Ohio, wound up in a hung jury today as well. So I know we were talking about that a little bit, and you just think the prosecution needs to push forward on this.
Yeah, they need to push forward. This family deserves justice. We cannot live in a society that devalues black lives, that allows police officers to escalate routine traffic stops to what amounts to a summary execution on the streets of America.
So this thing was in no way justified, you believe?
Look, I don't know if it was justified. On its face, it doesn't seem very justified to me. This police officer said that, Mr. Dubose started moving his car while his hand was still in it. The fact remains that Mr. Dubose was shot within 1 minute and 50 seconds of being pulled over. 1 minute and 50 seconds, this escalated from a routine traffic stop to him being shot in the head in broad daylight on the streets of America.
Yeah, and it happened so fast. I don't know how you can even tell that you're facing an imminent threat if you're firing a shot within a second or two of when the car moves.
Yeah.
At least that's one version of the story, and it seems that the video certainly would back that version up. So how does that happen that quickly? I know police officers are trained to react quickly, but that's really fast.
It's very
You watch
fast.
the thing go by in real time, and it's just like, boom, bam, and it's just done.
That's a little bit too fast in my book. And furthermore, to his position that, he had to fire that shot because he was moving the car. Last time I checked, firing a shot into someone's head doesn't guarantee that the car is going to stop moving. The ignition isn't linked to this man's central nervous system.
No, it's not. And one of the pieces of testimony that was brought out at the case is that the car could have started moving after the person got shot as well. I mean, that possibility was out there. The video is so fast, and it's so centered on the car that it's easy to lose track of what's going on around the car. So one way to view the video is that the car didn't start moving until after the shot was fired and the victim's body weight slumped down on the accelerator. And that's another way to look at that video.
Yeah, I think also it's telling that, this man is pulled over and shot in the head. Presumably, there might have been other ways to get him to comply with the officer's instructions. There certainly are a myriad of non-lethal measures that this officer could have introduced into the situation. His first response was to take his service revolver out and shoot this man. Not even shoot to injure, shoot him in the head to kill.
Well, and it goes back to the old line we always hear, while I was following my training, I was firing to stop the threat. Well, firing to stop the threat basically means kill someone.
This man is trained to protect and serve the community, not execute black men on the street.
I said before, was it cowardice behind a badge? I'm asking the question, I'm not answering it. Keep in mind.
I mean, look, certainly I have family members who are in law enforcement. I have friends who are in law enforcement. I believe that they do the right thing, but I think when you go into that profession, you're going to a profession where there are risks, and you have to be brave. And your first response to any fear should not be to pull out your gun and fire. Protect
I agree with that.
And serve.
100%. I mean, and that's the way it ought to be. I mean, if you go into a profession that's like that, why is it always escalation training? Why is it shoot to kill that comes out of people's mouths? Why isn't it de-escalation training? Why isn't it, sir, could you hand over your license and registration, rather than, in this case, the officer opening up the door? I mean, that started to escalate the situation.
Yeah, I mean, this is twice in 1 week that we have failed to obtain a conviction for a police officer that has killed a black man in his car on streets in America. They say that police officers are responsible for about 1,000 deaths by shooting per year. And of those 1,000, on average, only about 5 move forward to criminal charges. These are lives, these are fathers, these are sons, these are brothers that are being taken from this earth way too soon.
It's a sad situation. I'm lucky that I'm not on these juries in many respects, because I find it more interesting to debate the issues back and forth than it is to come up with a decision. The jury had a hard decision to make in that case, especially considering that the video just goes by so quickly. And then they've got competing experts slowing it down and saying, well, we'll watch it in slow motion, but one side says it shows one thing and then one side said it shows another. Okay, at this point, I don't even know if I understand what it shows.
I mean, look, it's basic facts. Guy's pulled over for a routine traffic stop. Within 1 minute and 50 seconds, he is shot in the head by the man who pulled him over. That's murder in my book.
Well, that should have been your closing argument had you been prosecuting the case. So we're waiting to see if we're going to get another trial in the case. It's possible that could face its third trial. We've got another case, the Tai Chan case out of New Mexico, that's potentially going to be in its third trial here. So, that's another officer-involved shooting. Totally different circumstance, but it's another officer-involved shooting. So we will stand by.